Hey my beautiful tribe, how is everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having an amazing day. I am obviously driving. I know how all my followers love when I live and drive, so sometimes you just have to piss some people off. No, I am actually headed to my office to see some amazing clients. I'm really quite excited to see some of them, some people who are newer clients to me and still have that hunger and that passion and that true desire to really achieve their goals. And when I have those new clients that are really still quite hungry, and even my old clients that really are like, no, Addison, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this happen. It feels so amazing. It feels so amazing to see that hunger, to see them really stepping up and really jumping into their lives. And so I'm headed off that way and figured I would jump on here for a few minutes and chat with you lovely tribe members about something actually quite in alignment with that. So lately I've been hearing a lot of people, like and myself, and then even just like family and friends and things like that, people in my life, and especially my clients going, I really want, and they'll like fill in the blank, like whatever they're really desiring, whatever they really are hungry for. They're like, I really want this relationship. I really want amazing sex. I really, really desire to have that new house, to have that dream career, to own my own business. I see so many people right now that are like, I want my own business. However, they're not willing to do their work. They're not willing to do the work that it takes to have what they're claiming to desire, what they're claiming to want so badly, what they're claiming to be willing to give anything for. And I think that this is especially true right now in our society. I do not know or understand the energy going on, but I think in 2019, everybody has gotten a little bit kind of misaligned. Not everybody, but the majority. There's a lot of people out there that are very misaligned on their goals. They're like, they know what they need to do, yet they're just not doing it. And so really my question to you is, I want you to think about kind of what you're truly wanting right now. If there's a goal, a desire, anything that you really have your eye on it, and you're like, I really want that, then why don't you have it? Why aren't you stepping into it? Why aren't you really moving towards that? And if you are, great. That's freaking fantastic. But I ask that you really think, are you? Are you? I see lots of people who are pretending to do their work right now. They're like, I'm doing it. And I'm like, but are you really? Are you really putting your energy there? Are you really stepping in? Are you really going there? And yesterday, actually, I was talking to somebody very close to me, and they were reminding, actually it was my old coach, and they were reminding me of a time when I was like, ferociously hungry and ferociously like a sponge. I'm always learning. I'm always like, I like to be that sponge, and I try to be that sponge. Sometimes I get a little full. Sometimes I can't always be the sponge. But a particular time, like years and years and years ago, when I first came to them and I was like, I want this. I'm so scared of this. And I was so incredibly scared, like truly shaking. Like my body would shake during sessions because I was so scared of what I was doing and what I was stepping into. But I wanted it so incredibly bad that I was constantly looking at my own fear and stepping in and proving it. And that's really the message of today. I was proving it not just to everybody else, but to myself. I was consistently proving it. And so I think a lot of times we can do the lip service. We can talk all day long about what we want, what we desire. And sometimes we need to actually step in and prove it. So I see this in relationships too with my clients when, there's always, especially in my couples, there's always somebody who's like, no, but I love you. Well, prove it, show it. Words are great, but it is truly our actions that will determine how we move forward. And when I say that we need to take action and we need to do the work, I don't want to misguide anybody here today watching me. Thank you, everybody who is watching me. I'm not going to read your names off while I'm driving because I actually am paying attention to the road. But if you are somebody who really wants something, then look at where your actions, what actions you're taking. But sometimes the action is our personal growth work. It is that work. And when I say work, it is the watching your mindset, watching what you're saying, watching how much you're complaining, watching if you're connecting to your emotions. Really, the inner work is the work that you need to be doing. Yes, you might have to. So I occasionally will get like a client and they're like, oh, I want this, this amazing thing over here, this amazing relationship. And so they're journaling their little hearts out and they're doing all the inner work. And yet they're not going out to find anybody to go on a date. They're journaling it out. They're manifesting it like crazy. So sometimes there is that. Sometimes you actually do have to take steps and actions that are like measurable actions that are soul aligned, actions that are going to push your buttons. But a lot of times it is our thought process. That is where it starts. That's where the work is. That's where you have to begin proving it. That is where it all begins, ends, and will continue. And that's the truth. That is where it will continue to move forward in your growth and your expansion, because you're always going to be coming back to that. There is always coming back to, okay, what are my belief systems about this? Where is my vibration? Where is my energy? Where is my focus point? And like I was telling you, years ago, I wanted what I wanted so incredibly bad that I was willing to do anything to get it. And I was proving it. And I was working my little buns off at the time to get it. And I truly wasn't like a sponge. I was reading everything. It was when I was first learning about Tantra, years and years ago. I was like a sponge, and I craved it. And so I did anything I could to really get it and to achieve it. And I was proving it, not just to my coach at the time and my trainer, but also to myself. I was proving it to myself. I was taking the actions. I was doing what needed to be done. And I think our egos can easily get in the way of that. I think our egos easily will slip in there and go, oh, I'm tired. I'm not good enough. Your hunger for something needs to be bigger than your ego. And that's really where it's at. Your hunger for what you desire needs to be bigger than your ego excuses, your insecurity, your fear. You need to just fucking lock it in, go, no, I want this, and I'm going to go forward, and I'm going to find a way to make it happen. Not in the how, I'm going to obsess, but I'm going to do this, and I'm going to keep taking steps forward, and I'm going to put my whole heart and soul into it. There is so often that people will be like, Addison, I really want coaching. I really want to expand. And then they begin their coaching program, and they'll get 2 or 3 sessions in, and they get a little rattled. And then I'll email them and be like, I haven't heard from you in a while. Why haven't you scheduled? And they're like, oh, I've been busy at work. And then a couple more weeks go by, and I still haven't heard from them. And then it is okay, where did your passion go? Where did your desire to step in here? Where did that all go? Where did that go? You need to start proving it to yourself that you want something and taking those actionable steps. Now, that's not going to all happen in one day. And we all fall off the bandwagon, self-included, so self-included here. But it is realizing when you are not proving it to yourself, when you are not taking those actions, and then getting back in alignment. Just actually yesterday I was realizing that I have kind of I'm still meditating, but I'm just not spending as much time meditating as I used to. And there's a couple other practices I'm doing, but I'm not putting my whole heart and soul in because I'm letting myself be distracted by other things. And I was like, all right, come to Jesus session with self. And really going this is a non-negotiable in my life. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to prove it to myself, and I'm going to prove to myself that this goal is important to me, that I am not willing to keep slacking and pushing that forward. And yeah, that does take a little bit of you forcing yourself to do something, and not from a misaligned place, but from a place of I know that this is the right thing. I know that this is the path. And yet my ego is just throwing some things in there. I wrote an article the other day about and I'm not going to talk about what it is because I'm going to wait for it to come to me, and then I will talk all about it. But there's this goal I have in the next 2 or 3 months that I'm getting that puppy. I'm getting that puppy. And it has taken me going, but I don't really want to do that piece of it. I don't really want to do that piece of it. But I really want it. So now it's time for me to prove it. And these little bitty pieces, and I'm that just doesn't sound fun. That doesn't sound fun. Are insignificant compared to the big goal and dream. And so yeah, I might get a little uncomfortable over here, but I'm gonna get this amazing goal over here if I step in, if I prove it to myself, if I really, really just dive in deep. And that is my message for you guys today. I think we're coming to a critical point in the year where you're either gonna step your ass up and you're gonna start making the changes, and sometimes that is just, I'm gonna start journaling, and I'm gonna start changing my thought process here. I'm going to look for the more positive pieces of my life, or I'm going to go find a coach to kick my butt, or I am going to make myself get up a couple days a week and I'm going to exercise whether it feels good or not at 5 o'clock in the morning to get out of bed, to drag myself out of bed because it's earlier than I usually get up kind of thing. Whether it is that or if it is yeah, I'm going to make sure that I'm eating a little bit better. Yeah, it might not be super comfortable in that moment, but I'm going to commit. Whatever it is, or if it's something much bigger, find the little steps that you are not willing to give yourself any leeway on this week, and just step in and just do it. Just do it. And I know that sounds much easier said than done, but it really is that easy. At some point, you do have to just go, and I'm doing it. Done. I'm getting my ass out of bed. Done. I'm gonna go socialize. No matter what it is, you just go, and I'm done, and this is gonna happen. And then yes, you're gonna feel the feelings, and you're gonna have all this stuff come up, but it's no, I'm proving this to myself. I'm proving this to those around me. I think we do a lot of mouth, I want this, I want this, I want this. Well, go prove it. Go prove it. Go prove it to yourself. Go prove it to those around you that are part of it, especially if it's a relationship. Don't start just I have a couple couples right now that are no, but I love you. I'm yeah, but you're not doing anything to show that love. You're not speaking his or her love language. You're not proving it at all. There is no backing to the words. So make sure that you're backing your words, you're backing your desires, you're backing what within your soul you're going, I really want that. Well, back yourself up, support yourself, okay? I believe you guys, if you guys are on this video, watching this video, then you are part of my tribe. If you made it this far in the video, you're part of my tribe. I believe in you. You can do it, but it's just might be a little uncomfortable, but you're going to have to start somewhere. So start with the inner work, because the inner work is always the foundational point of any growth we're going to do. And then sometimes if you're doing the inner work, because you're one of my tribe, so you hear me talk about inner work all the time, if you're already doing the inner work, get your ass moving into the actionable steps that your soul wants you to take. So go do that. I'm going to go see some of my amazing clients. On that note, if you want to be one of my amazing clients, then go to addisonbell.net and fill out my consultation form. I still have a couple of places left for my fall. I will say that September 1st, my program prices and my programs are completely changing. So if you want to be grandfathered into those changes, if you want to just be like grandfathered into the lower prices and all the changing, make sure you do that consult with me before September 1st. So you only have like a week to get your ass in gear. Don't end your year like you did last year. Start fresh, start new, really begin your goals and your dreams and your desires now. Don't wait until January, okay? All right, guys, and on that note, I have a bunch of stuff coming out, but none of it's going to get announced today. You can keep up with all of that on my Facebook page, Addison K. Bell, or you can go over to my website, addisonbell.net, and check it all out. It'll all be in my events page. So, all right, guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Stop faking it. Go start claiming that amazing life, and I'll see you tomorrow.